My phone says 7 o'clock, so we're going to go ahead and call to order the regular meeting of the Oakdale City Council, September 23rd, 2025. Sarah, will you please take the roll?
Councilmember Moore?
Here.
Councilmember Morcomb?
Here.
Councilmember Severson?
Here.
Mayor Zabel?
Here. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All righty. First up on the agenda is the approval of the agenda. Council members, can I get a motion to approve the agenda as amended?
So moved.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And the agenda is adopted. Next up, approval of minutes. Two sets in front of us tonight. First up, let's take the workshop meeting minutes from September 9th, 2025. Do we have any changes or corrections to make here? I'll look for a motion.
So moved.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any conversation? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And those workshop meeting minutes are adopted. Final set is our regular meeting minutes from September 9th, 2025. How about any changes or corrections here? No? All right. Who would like to make the motion?
So moved.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And those minutes are adopted as well. Next up on the agenda is public hearings. We do have one in front of us tonight. New liquor sales license approval. Do we have a staff presentation on this one?
No, if the applicant would like to say anything, but other than that.
Well, let's go ahead. Since it's a public hearing, I'm going to go ahead and open the public hearing for comment from the audience. This is an opportunity for anybody joining us that would like to step up to the podium, speak to this agenda item only. Please feel free to do so. All that we ask is that you state your name and address for the record and proceed with your comments. Seeing none, I'm going to go ahead and close the public hearing, bring it back for council consideration. Council members, do we have any questions? No? All right. Who would like to make the motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the issuance of a new on-sale intoxicating liquor license and on-sale Sunday license for Quantum Sports LLC, DBA Score Hub. Is that correct?
It is. They changed the names.
All right, Score Hub, located at 895 Hale Avenue for the current term, which expires on March 31st, 2026.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Final comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that liquor license is approved. Congratulations. Next up is open forum. Before we get to that, I do have a city proclamation to read, recognizing Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Whereas the crime of domestic violence violates an individual's privacy, dignity, security, and humanity due to the systematic use of physical, emotional, sexual, psychological, and economic control and or abuse. And whereas in this country, it is estimated that an average of 20 people are physically abused by intimate partners every minute. And whereas more than half of abusers responsible for domestic violence-related fatal shootings were prohibited by law from owning firearms. And whereas domestic violence does not discriminate and crosses all economic, racial, gender, educational, religious, and societal barriers and is sustained by indifference. And whereas the city of Oakdale is working to improve the overall response to and the reduction of domestic violence in our region with awareness to the cultural differences in our community. And whereas domestic violence is one of the most dangerous calls for law enforcement and the safety of those involved along with the community. And whereas October is nationally recognized as Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and on Saturday, October 16th, 2025, we encourage the community to wear purple to create awareness about domestic violence in our community. Therefore, I, Kevin Zabel, Mayor of Oakdale, Minnesota, do hereby proclaim the month of October as Domestic Violence Awareness Month in the city of Oakdale. We also had another proclamation that I was able to hand out yesterday recognizing Waive for 10 years of business in our community. So that was pretty cool. We always like recognizing businesses all the time, but especially those that are celebrating milestones, the 5 and 10 year milestones. So a big congratulations to Waive. Yesterday was Waive Day in our community. So congrats to them. We're still in open forum. If there's anybody joining us in the audience tonight that would like to step up and speak about anything, please feel free to do so. Similar rules as the public hearing. Please keep your comments to 3 minutes or so and begin with your name and address for the record. Seeing none, we'll go ahead and keep things moving and move into consensus motions. Council members, in front of us, we have A through N tonight. We go from having like 1 or 2 to, here's 14. Perfect. Council members, are there any you'd like to pull for individual consideration? All right, can I get a motion?
Mr. Mayor, I'll move that we approve consensus motions A through N as presented.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And A through N are approved as presented. Next up, we will check in with advisory boards and commissions. EMC's meeting was canceled. Parks and Rec met on Tuesday, I believe that's a Tuesday, September 16th. Councilmember Morcomb as their liaison. What are they up to?
Yeah, happy to report. And I was going to ask our police chief, could you turn the lights on up here? On the camera, we're all looking gray and washed out.
Well, that's just my normal look.
Somebody looks tan.
I look
after
more
summer.
tan when the lights are on. Yeah, I appreciate it. There's a lot of lights. Thank you. No, the Parks and Rec Commission met at Tanner's Park, and typically we meet here in City Hall, but we went out to Tanner's Park, and it was a wonderful meeting. We had a number of community members show up. We had about 10 or 12 people. People who have lived in Oakdale a very long time and people who love Tanner's. So they were excited to hear about the park master plan and the vision that we have going forward. And they had some really good feedback on things that they thought were great ideas and things they thought should be different. And we took it all in. Hannah did a great job with city staff. And yeah, we're excited to keep the conversation going.
Wonderful. Yeah, big changes coming to Tanner's over the next few years, but especially next year with the new playground. So
Yep.
we're excited for that. That we haven't yet approved yet. Let me just put a disclaimer on there, but it's getting done. Councilmember Moore, the tree board met the same night. What is our tree board up to?
Yeah, well, we didn't have as many people that came to visit the tree board, but we did have one audience member, so that's always exciting. We talked about the 2026 work plan, which is always a fun endeavor. We talked about all of the activities, so the tree giveaway, the list I think is out for what the trees will be in April, which people can start scanning their yards, I guess, and see where they're going to plant those trees. Talked about the buckthorn removal. We talked about the seed planting event. So all the different events where people can engage throughout the year. 2026 work plan. It's out there.
It's going to be a lot going on. Thank you, Councilmember Moore. Nothing under awarded bids tonight, so we'll move into our staff reports. Community Development has a few in front of us tonight. Luke, welcome. Can you walk us through these, please?
Yes, thank you, Mayor and Council. So the first item is the Energy Conservatory Site Plan Amendment. So this request, again, for a site plan amendment is to construct an addition to the business's existing building. So that's located at 403 Hayward Avenue. So this request involves an expansion of the building. So it's approximately 3,500 square feet that would be built onto the southeastern side of the building. The existing building is approximately 25,000 square feet. So the building expansion would be used as a training center for participants to learn how to perform energy audits, weatherization techniques, and building testing technologies. So as part of the site plan amendment review process, staff reviewed key elements, including items such as setbacks, parking requirements, stormwater provisions. And so as detailed in the staff reports that are on file with that are also included in the agenda packet, staff finds that the request complies with the city's zoning ordinance. And we are recommending approval of the request subject to the conditions that are found in Resolution 2025-85 in the agenda packet. There are just 3 conditions of approval here. So the first one is approval of the site civil construction plans. Number 2, additional details need to be provided for rooftop screening of utilities, and that would be reviewed at the time of the building permit phase. And then finally, permits and approvals must be obtained from outside government agencies. And the Planning Commission, they heard this request back on September 4th, and they recommended approval. I believe that we have a representative from the Energy Conservatory here if you have any questions. Otherwise, staff would be happy to answer questions too. Thank you.
Thank you, Luke. Council members, any questions for Luke? How about questions for the applicant? None? All righty. Who wants to make the motion?
I move we waive reading and adopt Resolution 2025-85, approving a site plan amendment for 403 Hayward Avenue North with conditions included in the attached resolution.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any final comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And Resolution 2025-85 is adopted. Luke, are you going to keep going?
Yes, thank you, Mayor.
Alrighty. Item B.
So the next item is a conditional use permit for an oversized accessory structure. And the oversized accessory structure in this case is a workshop / garage. It's approximately 900 square feet, and the property in question is 2954 Granada Lane North. The property itself is just under a half acre. And there is an existing garage on the property as well as an existing shed. The shed would be removed. The applicant does not intend to extend their existing driveway to this additional accessory structure, which would be located further to the north on their property. The Planning Commission held the required public hearing for this request back on September 4th. There was some comments from one of the neighbors, but the Planning Commission did recommend approval of this conditional use permit request. And after review of the city's zoning ordinance requirements, staff recommends approval of this conditional use permit request, subject to the conditions that are found in Resolution 2025-86, also in the agenda packet. So 4 conditions of approval here, and I'll summarize the conditions. The first one is that the structure shall meet setback and height requirements. Number 2, the structure shall not exceed 900 square feet. Number 3, the existing canopy structure, accessory structure shall be removed prior to construction of this additional oversized structure. And then finally, number 4, a building permit must be obtained. Happy to answer questions.
Thank you, Luke. How about any questions from council members on this one? No? Applicant here?
I do not believe so, Mayor.
All right. Did we have any questions for the applicant? Just in case? All right. Can I get a council action on this one?
I move we waive reading and adopt Resolution 2025-86, approving a conditional use permit for an oversized accessory structure at 2954 Granada Lane North with conditions included in the attached resolution.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Final comments. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And Resolution 2025-86 is adopted. All right, last item, Luke. Take it away, please.
Thank you. So the location for this next request, it's 7703 10th Street North. So this is immediately east of the Platinum Bank property. So Prelude Holdings is the property owner and the applicant here. They're seeking approval for a rezoning and a preliminary plat to create 5 single-family lots. There is an existing home on the property that would remain. The applicant has stated that the proposal is for market rate units, or in other words, they are not income restricted. The property is about 6 acres in size and contains some wetlands and trees. So the property is currently zoned R2, which allows 80-foot wide single-family lots. The developer is proposing to rezone the property to R3, which allows 50-foot wide single-family lots. Due to the limited buildable portion of the property, there's wetland and there's trees on site. The city's comprehensive plan guides the site for low-density residential, and this is a very important distinction or a key fact to note because the comp plan guidance only allows for single-family dwellings, no other type of residential uses, no townhomes or duplexes there. The existing access for the site is 10th Street, and that would be decommissioned as part of this proposal. The new access or the sole access for this site would be off of upper 9th Street, which currently serves Platinum Bank only. The developer would be required to complete the build-out of upper 9th Street because currently it terminates halfway through the Platinum Bank property. As mentioned, there's wetland on the site. There's about 4 acres there, and the wetland and the wetland buffer area have to be platted as an outlot, and that outlot would be deeded to the city for future ownership and maintenance. Stormwater will be managed on site through a new stormwater pond, and the developer must submit an acceptable tree preservation plan in accordance with the city's tree regulations prior to or concurrently with their final plat application. So the Planning Commission, they held the required public hearing for this request back on August 7th. So at the hearing, there were several neighbors who expressed concerns about the proposal, and I will cover some of the updates that the developer made in response to those neighbor concerns in just a moment. But the Planning Commission did recommend approval. So some updates since that August 7th Planning Commission meeting. The developer met with neighbors on August 26th at the Oakdale Library and held some additional follow-up conversations through phone and email. And in response to the feedback received, the developer made a couple updates to their plats. So the first one is that they updated the plat to show that the required 15-foot wide access corridor from the proposed cul-de-sac to the stormwater basin, that has been shifted further north on this proposal, or on the proposed preliminary plat. And the purpose behind that is to reduce the amount of tree removal and site disturbance along the southern portion of the property where there are some existing neighbors. And then the other notable change is that the developer included an enlarged drainage and utility easement in the southwest portion of the property, which will provide a buffer for homes in the Oak Crest Ridge subdivision. Those are the homes to the south of this site. So just to conclude here, staff finds that the rezoning and preliminary plat request meet the city's ordinance requirements, and they're consistent with the comprehensive plan as detailed in the staff report on file. So staff recommends approval of the request subject to the following conditions found in Resolution 2025-87. 10 conditions of approval, bear with me. First one is approval of a rezoning to the R3 district. Number 2, execution of a development agreement. Number 3, approval of the site civil construction plans. Number 4, satisfaction of park dedication requirements. Number 5, Outlot A has to be conveyed to the city. Number 6, install a sidewalk along Upper 9th Street. Number 7, complete the build-out of Upper 9th Street. Number 8, submit a tree preservation plan before or with the final plat. Number 9, execution of a grading permit agreement with the city for any grading work to occur before final plat approval. And then finally, number 10, permits and approvals from outside government agencies must be obtained. The developer is here in attendance if you have questions, and I can answer questions as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Luke. Council members, any questions for Luke? I guess it could be on either the rezoning or the prelim plat. How about questions for the developer? No? All right. Who would like to make the first motion?
I move we waive reading and adopt ordinance number 954, rezoning certain property for the 9th Street Landing development from low-density residential R2 to medium-density residential R3.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second?
Motion and a second. Final comments. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And ordinance 954 is adopted. One more action.
Move we waive reading and adopt resolution 2025-87, approving the preliminary plat for 9th Street Landing with conditions included in the attached resolution.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second?
Motion and a second. Final comments. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And resolution 2025-87 is adopted. Thank you, Luke. City Attorney Rachel Tierney is here with us tonight. Rachel, do you have anything for us?
I don't have anything for you. Great to see you all. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Council members, any questions for Rachel? All right, let's turn to our right, checking with our city administrator, Ms. Volkers. What do you got for us?
I do have one item on the agenda, Mr. Mayor, City Council. It is for I'm asking for approval of the proposal for contracted prosecution services. So what's before you is to enter into an agreement with Eckberg Lammers for prosecution services starting at the end of the year, towards the end of the year, and going forward for a period of 5 years. Glad to answer any questions.
Make your statement
Yeah, sure.
before we open up questions.
Make a quick statement. Yeah, just for the record, I'm going to recuse myself from this vote. My day business, I have a business relationship with Eckberg Lammers, so I will step out.
Council members, any questions for Chris? All righty, who would like to make the motion?
I'll make it. Mr. Mayor, I move that we authorize the mayor and city administrator to enter into an agreement with Eckberg Lammers, PC, for prosecution services.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Final comments. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? And that authorization is given, 3-0. Council presentations. Anybody have anything tonight? looking this way, so Carrie, I'll start with you.
No, I just want to express my appreciation for the proclamation we read today on domestic violence and appreciate that. We recognize that and thank you.
Absolutely. A big thank you to our police department for requesting that and carrying that forward. Andy or Gary, anything?
Yeah, I had a great time at the city cleanup event on Saturday. As you can see.
There may have been a small injury.
But it was a great event, by the way. And Carrie and I talked to, Councilman Moore, talked to a lot of people as they came through. And many residents of the city were very appreciative that we held the event. So very heartening to hear, so.
It's good. No, just encouragement. Come to Parks and Rec Commission. We've got so many cool things we're going to do. And I love the feedback, and I love to hear the history of our city and the parks. We had John Grasky, Pete Grasky's son, was there, been a resident for many, many years, and I learned so many things in the process. So please find out. It's third Tuesday of every month. So please come join us. Next one will be here at City Hall.
There are a lot of apples growing at the Nature Preserve right now on trees that Pete Grasky grafted and planted there. So it's a very timely reminder of a lot of contributions that have been made around our city towards our parks and towards our environment. And Pete's a great example of that.
Yep.
I have a few. As Councilmember Severson mentioned, our citywide cleanup was held last Saturday. We had about 240 vehicles pass through, which is absolutely outstanding. We're still waiting on final tonnage numbers from our vendors. Last year I think we had 50-some tons of stuff recycled, which is really cool. We hope to smash that this year. A big thank you to all of our vendors that participated. A huge thank you to our staff. Hannah Dunn on our community development team, Corey Teets and the team at Public Works. Everybody does such a nice job at setting up easy in, easy out on a street that has construction this year. It ran flawlessly. We really do appreciate everybody who participated in this, contributed to it. We can't wait to keep doing it. At some point you think you get rid of all of the junk in your community, and then it keeps showing up every year. So we really appreciate it. I echo the sentiments I've heard from a number of residents who are appreciative of having the opportunity to get rid of their stuff that they don't want. So yeah, in a very economical manner. The fees are very reasonable, so we appreciate that. Our Oakdale Farmers Market continues this Wednesday from 2 to 6 p.m. in the City Hall parking lot. There are only 3 of them left for the season, so if you are looking for mums, if you are looking for gourds or squash or pumpkins or any of those good fall items, now is your chance. Come on down Wednesday, so tomorrow here out in the parking lot. A lot of great stuff to choose from, so come on down and join us. We are in the final stretch for our annual photo contest, and we want to see your best photos from every corner of our city. Photographers of all skill levels can submit photos by the end of this month, September 30th. The only rules, you have to be an Oakdale resident, and the photo has to be taken in Oakdale. To learn more and to submit photos, check out our city website, oakdalemn.gov. Councilmember Moore mentioned Buckthorn. We have a few items about Buckthorn coming up, very exciting. Once again, this year, the city is offering complimentary curbside collection. If you have Buckthorn on your property that you are removing, we will come get it for you for free. The remaining collection dates for 2025 are Tuesday, October 7th and Tuesday, October 21st. In order to get scheduled for pickup, you have to submit the collection waiver by the Friday preceding that. So, I don't know, quick math, like October 2nd or 3rd or something. You can find that form on our city website. You can complete it, email it to us, and then crews will just be out to pick it up off the curb, which is a pretty cool thing that we do for our residents. So, and then finally, we need some volunteers for the Scott Carver Buckthorn Removal Project on Saturday, October 11th from 9 a.m. to noon at Walton Park. This annual event helps with the removal of buckthorn, an invasive species, to our urban forests. Kicks off at 9, as I said. Lunch will be served at 11, so it's only a couple hours. It'll be a beautiful morning. We know it will. We could really use some help. All ages are welcome to volunteer. If you have kids under the age of 12, they have to have an adult supervising them. More information and to sign up, visit oakdalemn.gov. I've done this event a number of times. It is always amazing at how much buckthorn and invasive growth we get removed from areas. I know Walton has been the area of focus the last few years, especially around the wetlands. We're finally making progress. We're finally seeing native stuff grow in its place, but we need help. We need extra hands. It takes an army, literally an army, to get rid of that stuff. So come on out, come join us, make a big impact, and then you can watch the benefits of it for many years to come. Claims. We got bills to pay. September 10th through September 23rd, 3.17. Man, the claims rosters have been big lately.
Construction, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah. September 10th through the 23rd, 3.17 million and change. Council members, were there any that we needed to pull out for additional information? All right, can I get a motion to approve claims as presented?
I'll make a motion to approve claims as presented.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And the bills are paid. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you and good night.